candidate who would actually
embrace that? Oh,
embrace
absolutely.
Christianity, for instance.
Oh, absolutely. And 24% of Americans are right-wing, and 19% of black folks say, I am not only conservative, I'm right-wing.
What do you think about gay marriage?
No, that would be
Why?
off-limits.
That's a family value when two people love each other and they get married.
But that's not what family is. When you talk about...
Why not?
Well, okay, now let's take biblical worldview versus secular worldview, and that's probably the struggle we're having in our society today. Those that come from a biblical worldview say, I believe that these 10 things I should try to live up to. Well, when it says honor your father and your mother, he's talking about a household here. When Jesus says, for this reason a man leaves his father and mother and cleaves to his wife, we're talking about family development. And the people that come from a biblical worldview have to take that seriously.
But there are things in the Bible. There are things in the Bible that
you have to take all of it seriously.
As a Christian too, as a Christian woman, that's something that I oftentimes struggle with, because I think, okay, the first law of the Bible is love the Lord your God with all your heart, love your neighbor as yourself. Love is the ultimate, I think, law in terms of the Bible. So I see that as, okay, loving another person truly for who they are. I don't see anything better than that. So that is one thing.
But that's also New Testament. That's Christian. That is not
Let me ask you something else.
Old Testament.
As a woman,
so why not the New Testament then?
No. I like both, but she was talking about that particular scripture.
My personal struggle with that.
As a woman who had 4 abortions and didn't want to carry the children, do you feel that women have a right to choice?
No, I think that, and I believe that we've done a disservice to them not to tell them the full choice. I work with CareNet. We umbrella.
How about birth control? How do you feel about that?
What? No,
that's not allowed either.
Allowed? What does that mean?
Well,
no, we were talking about me and my personal and a biblical worldview does not include birth control.
Really?
According to the way that I interpret. Ideally, it would not, because you are to be fruitful and multiply.
And practically, on a practical note, let me add.
In the context of marriage, and this is broken down. Do I believe in evolution?
Yes.
Like, did we evolve from ape? How can I believe that when I believe the scripture that says God created? Why would I believe evolution?
Well, people say that they can believe in both. I've heard that from many people.
I'm thinking now, how in the world do you do that? If you, okay, here's the thing. If you really say, this is my worldview, this is what I'm going to do, it's by faith, of course. I mean, I won't know until I cross over.
So you think the world is 5,000 years old?
I haven't thought about adding it up. I know one thing. There is a scripture that says a day is like 1,000 years and 1,000 years a day. So I think that God has time that we can't even relate to. But I know another thing, that when he thinks about our lives, he thinks about our lives over our lifetime, not just one little part of it. So, you know, there are issues that we all work through. But once you've made a decision that that's what you want to live, you got to live it individually.
It's interesting that you went from one extreme to the other.
I know.
There's no middle ground.
Who said they're both extremes? There isn't middle ground for people that choose.
It's interesting that when you talk about